Are they good or do they suck? There's something missing. What's up everyone and welcome to today's video. If you are new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Manders and we talk about a lot of things here, mostly makeup and skincare, sometimes nail polish, and we have the occasional unboxing, but I almost always drop something. So if you're interested in any of those things, please stick around, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Today, we're doing something that I just started doing last month, which is I'm ranking my eyeshadow palettes that I've used through the month. So some of them are good, some of them are bad. Let's sit down, let's talk about them. Some of them are new to me and some of them have been in my collection for a while. I do enjoy sitting down and sort of recapping a month like this because I think it's a really fun way to do it. And it's also a really good way for me to decide what's going in the declutter pile. If you are new here, you wouldn't necessarily know, but I have a lot of makeup. Like a lot of fucking makeup. Like an abnormal amount of makeup, just in case you were wondering. I have over 70 eyeshadow palettes. So I need to go through my eyeshadow. And what I do every month is I keep track of what eyeshadow I've used and how many times I've used it. And what we're doing today is we're gonna rank it from shittiest to the best. That's what we're gonna do. Shittiest to the best. So if you're interested in eyeshadow videos, this may interest you. And without me rambling on anymore, we're gonna get right into it. Okay, so my least favorite eyeshadow palette that I used this month was this one from Colourpop. This Crush palette. It wasn't terrible, but it was not wow worthy. I think I have all of these colors in different palettes, and there was something about this that I was like, I am never gonna use this. Like ever. I used it once. I was really hopeful for this one because I do like teeny tiny packaging. I like the less packaging makes me feel a little bit better about it. Then we're not wasting space. But this just wasn't a win for me. This is probably going in the declutter pile. I was just not overly impressed with this one. I don't need it. I do definitely have all of these shades from other Colourpop palettes. So I think it's just gonna have to go. Sorry. I usually am so excited for all of my Colourpop palettes, which is why this is super weird because I'm going to talk about another Colourpop palette. I'm going to talk about this one, the Baroque palette, which when I first got it was like, yes, I need it. But I don't think it's getting decluttered, but it needs something more. It needs a light champagne shimmer shade. I think that's what it is. This one, Ritzy, at first I was like, yes, it's a duochrome, but it's not what I want. It's the only way I can put it. I want something that's a little bit more like, let me find an example here. Kind of like something like this. Like it needed something like that. Do you see what I mean? It just needed something more. I don't know. And it doesn't have a mirror, and that drives me bananas for some reason, even though I'm okay with them. I want a mirror everywhere I look. Mirror. Mirror. I just have so many mirrors. I don't know what I think I need more for. But some Colourpop palettes have mirrors and some don't. This one doesn't. I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you ever tried this before? I never did do a dedicated video on it. I could do one if you wanted. I also could do one for this. Please let me know if you want to see videos on these before I possibly declutter them. Don't get me wrong, I love Colourpop. They can be a little bit hit and miss sometimes. Like I was so much more hopeful for those, so wah wah. Oh well. Okay, next is this palette from Ofra. This came in a BoxyCharm. I got this as an add-on or a pop-up. I never know. I never know if it's a BoxyCharm pop-up or if it's a BoxyCharm add-on. What's the friggin' difference? Please tell me. I don't even know because it seems like the products are very similar no matter what. The shadows in this, I used this one and this one. I didn't like them. That's why I'm giving it a low rating in this situation. However, I did use the highlight wheel where it has all the different highlights and I like to swirl them all together and they're super pretty. Let me show you that. Let me show you that. I use my favorite highlighting brush and I'm just gonna go whoop and then I'm gonna whoop. I'm gonna glow. Beautiful, right? These were not. They were not, these two. They were very non-pigmented. I didn't love it. There is like a bronzer shade, like a bronze shade and blush in here. I will play with this a little bit more. These two shimmers worked really well, but I was just not impressed with the matte shades. I will have to keep you posted on what I'm going to do with this going forward, but I just wasn't overly impressed with the eyeshadows. Please let me know, have you tried Ofra eyeshadows before, and are they good or do they suck? I had never tried any eyeshadows from them prior, only highlights and a bronzer and a blush, and I liked all those products, so I was a little bit surprised, but that's okay. Next, I do want to talk about this one. This is the So Jaded palette from Colourpop. Now, I tried to film a multiple looks, one palette with this too many friggin' times. Too many times. So many times that I gave up. I'm going to film one video with this and just kind of maybe do a get ready with me. But for the time being, I'm going to talk about it now. This is nice. I like this palette. It has a lot of options. There are just so many different colors. This is my favorite. This is my favorite color of eyeshadow at the moment. So this is the shade Citrine. It is so beautiful. I love it so much. And then you have like the turquoise and these shimmers. It's a beautiful palette. I have nothing bad to say about this one. It's funny because like I have the other two Colourpop palettes where I'm like, nope, but I'd rather have all of it kind of together, if that makes sense. I like this palette. It does not have a mirror, but that's okay. This is the Kathleen Lights collab. A lot of people do talk about this palette and how much they like it. The only two things I don't like about this palette are the two glitter shades, because I don't use pressed glitter, because holy crap, if I did, I would just panic the whole time. I'm not joking. I would totally panic the whole time, because I'm weird. And then we have the At Forest Sight palette. I love this palette. I just like that there's lots of different options. However, it is in need of something else. It needs a more like a champagne kind of pop to me. I would actually have preferred that over Puffball, but that's just me. I do like the two shimmers that come in it, but I always find when I use this palette, I am reaching for other ones just to kind of give me a little bit more of what I want. I really like this palette though. This is, no mirror in any of my Colourpop palettes today, right? Weird. This is the Raw Beauty Christie Colourpop collaboration. I love this. It's just such a nice palette. So pretty. All right. And then, so we're down to the last four. This one made the cut. I used this one once. I love this palette. I filmed a video with it. It's just like, it's so easy to use. I used it the other day. I've used it probably 3 times. Yeah, it's super pretty. This is the Emerald palette from BH Cosmetics. This is part of their Birthstone collection. It's a great palette. I have other ones from all the other ones from the Birthstone collection, so get ready to for those videos. They will be coming soon, hopefully. And then this bad boy from Zoeva, the Artisto palette. I think I used it twice. I really like this. It's a very easy to use formula. I love the shade Naturalistic. I love this shade Central Figure. And I like the shimmers as well. They are fairly pigmented. They do last well, and it has this nice champagne pop, which is exactly an icy. If every eyeshadow palette had something like that, I'd probably be happy with it. There is no mirror, that's okay. Apparently I didn't have any mirrors this month, but I love this palette. I have the Caramel Melange palette as well. I like this one better, but I do enjoy this brand, and I don't have a lot from Zoeva, but it's a brand that I kind of really do want to explore a little bit more. And then second, we have a Colourpop palette, which is funny because my least favorite was Colourpop and one of my favorites is Colourpop. This is the Going Coconuts palette. This one does have a mirror. Yeah. Probably why it made it so high in the cut. It is such a pretty palette. It's so easy to use. It has all the shade. These shimmer shades in the center are exactly what I want. It has a full-size mirror. It is one of my favorite 9pan palettes from them, so I'm really happy I have this. I use this at least 4 times. It's just an easy, everyday makeup look when I use this. Super fun. Highly recommend this palette from Colourpop. I do not recommend all of them though. I find their collabs are good. Their collabs with people. Their brand collabs, like their Disney collabs, aren't as good. Don't come for me. And last but not least, this bad boy from Beauty Creations, the Seduce Me palette. I love it, first of all, because all the names are in relation to the 50 Shades of Grey. It's a very loved palette, and the reason that this one is the winner is because of this shade right here, Inner Goddess. And if you've read the 50 Shades of Grey books, she often refers to herself, her inner goddess. This is my favorite. Look at that. Oh, so friggin' pretty. It's so buttery. It sits on the lid so nicely. And when I pair it with Romance or For Your Eyes Only, like these shimmers here are just so nice. And the matte shades are also very nice. I have another palette here from Beauty Creations that I just ordered in one of my BoxyCharm add-ons or pop-ups or whatever it's called. And I can't wait to use it because I love this one so much. I'm so happy I pulled this out. It does have a full-size mirror. That makes me happy. I've had this in my collection for so long, and it's just one of those palettes that every time I pull it out to use it, I'm like, yep, it's staying. I am not getting rid of it. I know I'll hit pan on it if I keep using it. I may keep it in the rotation. I like that it's neutral. It's got some pops of purple. It's got a nice black shade. It's just really nice. I like it a lot. So we use 9 eyeshadow palettes. I am actually pretty impressed with myself. I wasn't wearing a lot of makeup. I haven't been filming much lately. I'm sure you know that because I really haven't been around much, but I have been just firing off videos in the last few days, so I am pretty confident that you will be seeing a lot more of me, which makes me really happy. Thank you all so much for sitting down with me today and listening to me rant and rave about eyeshadow, my favorite thing in the whole world to talk about. I absolutely love hanging out with you guys. Thank you for your continued support, and I will see you in my next video. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now. And can we just get rid of these shimmery matte shades? Because I'm over it. I'm sick of it. Every Colourpop palette has one. I don't know why. I just get so... I don't like them.